Hey everybody, it's Busy Little Bee. Welcome back to my channel. I watched 2 hours and 20 minutes of Rosie's live from yesterday and clipped it all so you don't have to. She gave somewhat of an apology about the axolotl place, but mostly just excuses. And then she goes on to talk about reaction channels, and she goes on like a 30-minute diatribe about Zachary Michael. I didn't include that because my point is that even when Rosie knows she's wrong and she apologizes, she comes up with 1,000,001 excuses. She doesn't just own her shit. There's always a but. So we're going to see how many excuses she uses. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the comments from her vlog that had the axolotl planet in it. The first comment says, "If I saw that horrible axolotl place, they would be the last place I'd ask for advice on how to properly care for them. Like asking a backyard breeder how not to abuse animals." This next comment says, "Oh wow, only 2 depressed axolotl per barren tank? They sure do care about the health and well-being of those cuties. So nice to see you promote this." Another commenter says, "Vlogging at a sad axolotl breeding factory was not fun nor fresh." Someone else says, "I had to skip it, poor babies." And then that person responded, said, "Absolutely tragic, TBH." This commenter says, "So you are actively monetizing animal mistreatment for what? Take this down if you don't support animal abuse." Dang, girl, why don't you visit a puppy mill next? Super fun and fresh vlog idea. Why did you make everyone watch that grim as hell axolotl prison? Animal abuse is so triggering to people. That is not a 25-year-old man. Oh my fucking God, the catfish of it all. That one was too funny to me. Please don't support animal abuse, those poor axolotls. Now, to be fair, I don't know a whole lot about axolotls, but I know that they should have something in their tank so that they can at least have hiding spots. Rosie admits she was in there for 10 minutes. She walked out because she was having a pain flare, and Remy stayed in there and asked questions. She didn't put any of this in the post-editing about how bad it was or how she didn't know and she was so sorry. She didn't care until people brought this to her. And that's why she's mad at reaction channels. She's like, "Oh, I just want to live my life." Well, if you're uploading your life to the internet, it's up for criticism. It's up for people to analyze it. That's why content is there.
I want to talk about my most recent vlog for like half a beat. Let me get situated. So, I want to talk about Axolotl Planet for a second, okay? Because I got like a lot of shit for that. And I want to start at the top by saying we didn't spend a dime when we went to Axolotl Planet. We did a good amount of research. And we were looking into different things, and we happened to see there was, within very easy driving distance, what I thought was going to be like an axolotl pet store. That was my impression. And in the research, if you actually look up the company, they have a very positive reputation online. The only like negative feedback anybody had is that they're not with the axolotl hets, which is essentially the heritage line of an axolotl, which can be a huge red flag and an indicator of potentially getting an unhealthy axolotl. However, almost the majority, if not almost all, of the axolotls that are purchased are healthy. So I had no idea what I was walking into. Honest to God. I was surprised by the lack of enrichment. And as I was walking around, I was like trying to like think about it and like figure it out. As someone who was in the process of learning, is not an expert on axolotls, doesn't know a lot, just from some general research, because that was one of our first steps in the process, was going to Axolotl Planet. And I agree with the fact that I thought it was weird that they didn't have like enrichment in the tanks and that everything looked so barren. And in the moment, what I thought to myself was like, well, they're the experts. Like, I don't know what this is. I guess this is less of a pet store and just more of like a storage warehouse for the axolotls. And as I said in the vlog, like the whole back wall was already sold. So I I even like before I went live again, I even double checked because I thought I was going crazy. Like Axolotl Planet has like a 4.8-star rating. Like there's no accusations of them being breeders or the equivalent of a puppy mill for axolotls. Like all this shit that was going on in my comments, right? And I know I get a lot of shit just because I breathe it on me, but like at the end of the day, like I didn't spend any money there, and and the website looks really legit too. Exactly. That's what I. The one thing I wish I had done differently is I threw out a half-hearted like check them out if you're in the area comment, and I wish I had the foresight to edit that part out because that's a part of my contribution to that scenario that I feel like probably wasn't for the best. People giving you shit are probably the same people that don't question where their fast food meat comes from. But my point is like I he and I are not planning on moving forward with getting an axolotl for like a hot minute because like we still have more research to do and we still have more to learn, and like chillers are expensive, so it's just going to be like a thing of making sure that he has most of the setup that he needs already, but just making sure that he gets the right kind of stuff. And because there was not a single post anywhere about this place being dilapidated or like honest to God, like and maybe if you dig harder than I did and you find it, like let me know. And they're only open 3 days a week for about 5 hours, which I thought was also odd. So I just would like to state that like I was surprised, but I also was going in and operating around the function of like I'm not the expert. I'm deferring to people who are supposedly experts, and there maybe were some questions I could have asked if I had thought to ask them, but also, guys, like as I saw in the vlog, it was a high pain day. And I was just not really interested in like getting into the super nitty gritty of it because we weren't planning to buy anything anyway.
Yeah, guys, she saw all these red flags, but they weren't gonna buy anything, so what does it matter if they were patronizing a shop where, I don't know, axolotls were being kept in empty ass tanks?
They're not going and looking up like and verifying your claims, comparing them to a puppy mill is wild. That's wild. Like, I think that they're a small business, and like I didn't want to be disrespectful towards a small business as someone who can fully claim that I'm not an expert and I don't know these things. Yeah, they had also just moved locations too, so there was like a lot of factors. Because when he said they had just moved in the moment, I went, oh, okay. And I think in the moment, I didn't fully hear it till post edit. He said they had been there 6 to 8 months. So yeah, they had just relocated there, which I'm sure was a huge hassle and a huge deal. But 6 to 8 months, I don't remember. I think it was one of those numbers. You can watch back the vlog and it'll tell you. The way I was getting flack for it was kind of crazy because, again, we didn't spend any money there. And the whole point was we were trying to educate ourselves. That was the whole point. That you don't have to pay admission to walk in, Like, again, I kind of wish I had edited out that flip it comment, like especially like in hindsight. That's kind of the one thing where I was kind of thinking on like what could I have done differently. I feel like that's really the only thing, like besides not posting it at all, which I didn't want to do because it was a part of the day. It was a big part of the day. I don't know if you guys are just talking out your ass because you don't know about axolotls or not, or like what. So I don't know. It's like it's one of those things where it's like those axolotls could have only been there for like a very short amount of time, and I didn't ask those questions to know. I think someone just brought up that point, and I think that's a really good point. So just curious, why didn't you put that in your edit? That's a great question. I don't really have an answer. Why are people calling me red? You're the second person to call me red. Okay, why are people calling me red? That has to be like a reaction channel thing. Yeah, if any of you guys know what's going on with the red thing, Someone, that's the third person today to say hi, Red. It has to be a reaction channel thing. Has to be. I'm looking at it right now. It says hi, Red. Weird. I see red. That's crazy. What? I took a screenshot because I'm not lying, y'all. That's crazy. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know. Okay, then maybe it's on my phone. Good. I'm glad you're doing well. So I mentioned this on members only, because like I said there, I don't want to get too in depth about it. My stomach's actually doing okay right now. I'm really glad. Because I restarted metformin for the first time in a while, and it's been tearing my stomach up. And like, I'm just trying to make some steps in the right direction. I'm not actively like trying to lose weight or anything like that, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that like I am or anything. I'm still eating like what I have in the house and stuff. And so but I might be talking about that a little bit more because it's been really fucking up my stomach, and I don't know what to do to make it less fuck up my stomach less. I'm like a week and a half into taking it, and I'm taking it pretty consistently, and I am feeling better for doing it. And surprising no one, I was kind of in denial about that stuff, and I think it's been helping me in a multitude of ways, and so I'm trying to figure some stuff out on that front, and it's just really difficult. Yeah, the internet becomes the judge, jury, and executioner. Yeah. Honestly, I think the fair reaction channels want you to succeed. Which ones are those? Because I don't think those exist anymore. Or they're ones I might not know about. Because the ones I know about suck. I'm going to go ahead and delete it, though, because reaction channels don't get free promo in my chat.
I didn't want to interrupt too much. Now you see how Rosie does things? She admits where she was wrong. She says then, but, and then she turns it around on those who are criticizing her. She's always got some way to get out of everything. And this is how she manipulates people. This is why some people still think she's a nice woman after being cussed out in her chat. I didn't include the Zachary Michael rant because it was too much and it was unnecessary. Let me know what you guys think about all this, and I will see you soon with a new video.